Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy, Technically C, hitting you with another video today, man, about the OnePlus 9 Pro. And I wanted to make this video just to talk, just to have a little chat, man, and talk about the things that people aren't saying about the OnePlus 9 Pro. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because if you look online, look on Twitter, you look on YouTube, there's a bunch of people saying nothing but negative things about the OnePlus 9 Pro. And to be real with you, half of those people don't even have it. Half of those people aren't planning on getting it. And honestly, they're just basing off everything that everybody else has already said. But there's a certain thing about getting a device for yourself and actually trying it out and getting your own opinion up there before you go on Twitter and run your mouth about something that you don't know. So I'm here to talk about the things that people aren't saying about the OnePlus 9 Pro that has been an amazing experience for me. So let's go ahead and get into it. The first thing that I have to talk about is the haptics. Now, this is one thing that I can't replicate across video. You can't feel the haptics of this device on video, but yo, I'm here to tell you, even the subtle haptics when you slide your hand across the not volume, but the auto brightness, this is crazy. Like you feel the clicks and it gets more intense as you get brighter and brighter. It's little stuff like that that gets me. It's nothing like a great haptic experience, man. When you get a call, when you get a text, when you type on the keyboard, if you plan to leave the keyboard clicks on, all of it feels very nice. It's very smooth. I heard somebody else talking about this on Twitter, I think a little bit last week, and I really started paying more attention to haptics because some phones just have rough haptics to when it vibrates, it feels like something is inside of it vibrating and sounding all crazy. No, when it comes to this OnePlus 9 Pro, when it comes to the haptics, they are very smooth, very subtle. And I really think it's something that, not saying that that's the reason why you would or won't buy a device, but I'm here to tell you, man, good haptics go a long way with the overall experience in using a device. So OnePlus, you did an excellent job with the haptics. I don't know, man. It's just when you got that auto brightness slider and when you moving it with I always mess with my brightness, man, because these taps just feel that much good, man. So yeah, good job when it comes to the auto brightness and the haptics and everything going on with the device. Haptics feel absolutely A1. Now, another thing that I'm kind of hearing a lot of negative about is the battery life. Now, the battery life, of course, is going to be subjective to anybody that you use, whether it's your cell coverage, whether you're on Wi-Fi, whether if you're using certain different apps to drain batteries, it's all going to be different. But overall, we kind of know if a phone's battery is good or bad. So I do want to show you my battery usage for approximately the past 2 days. So let me go ahead and navigate it real quick and let me get to it and I will flip it back around so you can see what I'm doing. But for me, I am constantly averaging about 6 hours of screen on time. So let me go ahead and bring it close. This is almost like my second day of use, 6 hours of screen on time. And here is my app use that I did that day. I think this is when the news broke out that LG was done with the whole mobile division. So it was a bunch of tweeting. It was a bunch of social media that day going on. But this was my battery usage, man. I'm talking about heavy Twitter. I'm talking about heavy YouTube. And then the rest of it was kind of varying. It just depends on how I was using my phone through that day. But one thing that I do want to say is the battery life for me has been very, very good. And we're going to get into some more topics and things that I talked about it that kind of complements the battery life. But so far, 6 hours of screen on time is perfectly fine for me. I mean, it's a bunch going on with this phone and I'm using it at full 120 hertz with quad HD. So you know your battery life could potentially take a little hit. But the way, as I always say, I'm not handicapping the phone. I'm not crippling the phone. If you give it to me, if you give me the features, I'm going to use it. It's just as long as it's not some gimmicky stuff. But if you give me good features, I'm going to use them. So far, the battery life has been perfectly fine for me. I know it's not all about screen on time and whether it gets 8 hours or 10 hours of screen on time. It's about if a phone can make you get through the entire day. And usually if I take this off the phone at 7:45, the charger at 7:45-ish, 6:45. If I take it off the charger around there, I'm not reaching for my charger unless I absolutely have to until nighttime when it's about to go to bed. So for me, the battery has been amazing. Good enough for me. I know a lot of people base a phone off screen on time and it's technically not about screen on time. It's mostly about if your battery can last you with your personal usage from when you wake up in the morning and from when you get back home or for whenever you can get to a charger. Does it last? And for me, it does that just fine. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is kind of stemming off battery life, and that is going to be this Warp Charge 65. Now, let's go ahead and move the phone over here real quick, because we're not really talking about the phone. We're talking about this charger right here. Now, I know the camera kind of blown out, overexposed, because this is a pure white accessory. I wish they could make them different colors, but so they don't photograph well on camera, but this charger right here is special. Now, I know OnePlus for years have been doing this warp charging thing. We know they've been doing a great job at it. It's been a while since I really experienced a newer OnePlus device, but let me tell you. But I also don't want to get it mistaken. A lot of people, I think, are giving the battery life a pass just because charging speeds are that good. Now, me, in my opinion, I'm going at it to the route of a battery life should still be good. I don't care how fast it can charge. I don't care if it can charge 100% in 10 minutes. It doesn't matter. Those charging speeds are only good when you are around those charging peripherals. When you have this, or if you have something like, let me show it in the camera, if you got the wireless charging pad, things like that are only good for when you're at home. So you still need the battery to last when you're out and about, out in public. So I don't really mistake it. I don't really put, oh, the battery can be whatever because we have fast charging peripherals. No, the battery life of the device still should be good. But this thing right here is absolutely amazing. Now, I think they're rating 0 to 100% in 29 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I am going to do a charging test as soon as my phone gets to 100%. I forgot last night. I meant to let it die, but I put it on the charger and we had to start all over again. But I'm going to do a charging test to see if that is true. But I'm pretty sure it's true because this thing can charge your phone up so fast. Say, for an example, I'm about to go out for the day, or I may need to top it off just that extra juice so I can finish out the day. Or if I know I'm watching YouTube, watching somebody's live stream or something like that, I'll pop it on this charger and I'm telling you, this thing is charged up just like that. Warp 65 is an absolute beast. And also, let's go ahead and put it out there. It's something that people don't talk about, but they should, because guess what? OnePlus still gave us a charger. You can't say the same for Samsung and Apple and whoever else is about to pull that stunt. We can't say that. They still gave us a charger and they gave us just about the best in the business. Next up, let's go ahead and talk about the fingerprint scanner and the face unlock. I don't hear many people talking about this at all, but the reason why I need to talk about it is because they are amazing. It's because they are amazing. They're fast. They're just, I haven't had one miss when it comes to the fingerprint scanner. So when we're talking about that, let's go ahead and cut it off. So let's just go ahead and do a fingerprint scanner test. Boom. In there. I mean, it doesn't even second guess. Now, I know a lot of you might come up here and be like, oh, but it's not ultrasonic or whatever it may be. It's not as, security as, no, let me tell you, this is a fingerprint scanner that works super fast. And I'm not sure if this is an ultrasonic or not. I'm not 100% sure. I don't really get into all that technology. I'm about if the phone works or not and if it works good. And I'm here to tell you, fingerprint scanner is absolutely 100% hit rate. I have not missed it or had an error yet. Now, also, when it comes to the face unlock, let me go ahead and look at my phone, hit the power button, boom, it's in there. So when I hit the power button to turn it back on, I'm already looking at the phone right now. You don't get the chance to see your lock screen. So if you got a lock screen of your precious baby or whatever it could be, you're not going to appreciate it because you're not going to see it. When you hit that button, boom, it's in there. The face unlock and the fingerprint scanner are perfect. And we know during these times, I hate saying that we all should have masks on still, regardless if you got the vaccine or not, still protect yourself. But we got a fingerprint scanner. That's an option. Apple, one of my phones that I rock the most, we don't have that option. You see what I'm saying? So good job, OnePlus, for giving us that option and giving us an amazing option, whether we want to use face unlock or fingerprint scanner. They work great when it comes to the apps. Good job on those unlocking techniques. And last but not least, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about software updates. Now, I know for a fact, since I've had my phone, which has probably been about a week now, I've already received 2 software updates. So OnePlus is out there listening. They know it may have not have been top tier when we first released the device, but now they are pumping out the software updates. And honestly, there's a 3rd update that just hasn't hit. I think, US regions yet. Another update that's supposed to help with power consumption, that's supposed to give us more camera improvements. So I have to really give OnePlus a huge salute, because let's be real, a lot of the big channels, they reviewed this before there was even one update for the OnePlus 9 Pro. They're not even going to come back and revisit it, most likely. So we're here to tell you that this device is getting better and better with each software update. I know for a fact, I've definitely been able to tell the difference when it comes to the cameras. We'll do a separate video talking about the cameras alone, but software updates is a main thing, because there's one thing that we can sit up here and complain to OnePlus or whoever it may be to talk about what's wrong with the phone, but it's another thing for them to get out there, bust their butt, and go ahead and give us software updates to improve what we've been complaining about. And for me, I feel like OnePlus has been doing that, and they've been doing a very good job with hitting us with these software updates, because the phone has been out, what, a week, and we already received 3 updates. Come on, let me know when that's happened. I know some of you say, well, the phone is that broke, we need updates. I don't care. The fact that they have pushed 3 updates to us and the phone hasn't even been out over a week says all I need to know about how the progression of this phone is going to go in the future. So yeah, I think that's about it. I think that's all I can think of. If there's something else that I missed, or there's something that you think or that you love about the OnePlus 9 Pro that people aren't talking about, let me know in the comment section down below. I'm curious to hear it. I just had to make this video, man, because there's so much negative going on about this phone that there is some positive out there, but it's mostly due to people only reviewing it after they had pre-release software. There are people now that's starting to come out and really tell you how good this phone is. So you have to find value in just being patient with a phone. Don't be impatient when as soon as it comes out, it should be perfect. Every phone isn't perfect when it comes out. I don't care if it's an iPhone. I don't care if it's a Samsung. I don't care if what it is. They're never perfect. But I'm here to tell you, OnePlus is listening. They're doing a good job. And this phone is better than a lot of people on the internet are out there saying. Once again, they probably don't even own the phone. But anyway, take it T. I'm about to get up out of here, man. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button if you want more real videos, more real talk videos when it comes to the OnePlus 9 Pro. You know that's what I'm going to bring you. That's all I'm about. Hit that like button and turn that bell on so you don't miss out on any of these videos, man. But everybody out there, please be safe. Catch you on the next one. Later.